Okay, I'm going to give this analysis over again because the last one didn't take for some reason. So right here, you can see that left shoulder and discus catching up. See that? The knee doesn't lead. Now the knee leads after the shoulders moved ahead. Now, for being that we're in season, we're gonna correct this shoulder back here. Look at this position here. Look at his shoulder inside. Look at that here, and when you get to there. Okay, so we got two things going on. Can you see it? How your shoulder's way out there in front, his is back here. That's number one. That means your center of mass is way out here. What does that mean? That your right leg picks up really high. Okay? Look where his right leg is. This is his sprint position. Look where his discus is. Look where your left shoulder is, and look where his left shoulder is. Look where his discus is, back here. And look where yours is, right there. So your upper body is rotating. When is that happening? Right here. Because what happens with him? When he picks up his right foot, what happens? Nothing goes here. This drops, this picks, but this does not go. See it? You're picking and dropping, but this is going. And this technique requires the upper body to be back. I mean, that's where you get the big throws. Now, we're going to accomplish that over time. But right now, we're in competition, and you want to throw far. And I get that. And we'll have time to break this. Hopefully, we'll have time before football to break this down. That's what I would like to do. I really would like to make this change here, this position here, right there. I'd like to make that position right there instead of this position right here. That's what we're going to work on. As soon as we work on that, I think the sprint will be more effective. Your sprint, because you're so high in your right leg, doesn't allow your knee really to drive up and through. Watch his. It comes up and through. See it? That's a sprinter right there. That's what a sprinter looks like. And this was what a hopper looks like. And I think you're called to be a hopper because your right leg's up so high. So you got to keep yourself from falling too far this way. So the right leg comes down and then you hop up. And then by the time your right foot comes down, it travels too far underneath you, and then the weight shifts to the left leg, and that's your power position. And this is his, just like our standing throw. See it? This position versus this position, it's worth 4 or 5 meters. So it's definitely something we're going to work towards, because without it, you're not going to achieve the level you're capable of. I mean, 4 or 5 meters, guys, that's 10 to 15 feet. So it's substantial. And it starts right here, right at this moment here. This is what we've worked so hard on. And I understand that you're blending something into a throw because you're competing now and you're trying to throw far and hard. And I get that. Even in difficult weather, you gotta release yourself to be able to throw hard. And controlling everything and trying to fix everything, it's difficult to throw hard that way. So we gotta accept some of the things that we're doing, and one of them is your upper body lead. That's one of the things we're going to accept. So I don't see at this point we can change it, because we've worked so hard on it, and this is the point you've gotten to. This position, you definitely can sprint here, and you do. And we're going to just try and get you to drive that knee up, because when you drive the knee up, where does that mean? That puts the hip up here. That puts the hip ahead. When you drive the knee, watch the hip come ahead. See it? Look at that. Look at the separation there. Okay? So when you come on the back right now, we're going to work on even though the right leg's up here and dropping down and going up, we're going to try and we're going to try and get rid of the hop. It's a little better, but we're going to try and drive that knee forward. I don't think it'll take too much. I don't think it'll hurt your throw. In a competitive setting. I'm hopeful that it won't. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see you try that next in some drills. What I'd like to see you do is maybe some double knuckle, right? Some where you hold the discus in on the second knuckle of your hand, and you don't worry about how far it goes that way, and you can't throw it that hard that way. So I really want you to back off just to try and see if we could take this position and work it into this position right there. Okay? And if we can't, and that's because the right leg is so high over here, if your shoulder's too far out, I just don't think so. Let me show you another person I had in this position doing this technique that allowed his shoulder to open. Let me show you. Okay, so watch this. Here he goes here. Now, he's not as big as you are, right? You can see he keeps his left shoulder back. That's the right way. But when he gets in this position, you can see he's very similar. See that? He's very similar in that position there. The only difference is his right leg's not high. And honestly, that's because he's not very tall. He's about 5'11", okay? So at 5'11" and 6'5", your shoulder gets out a little farther, and that makes his shoulder's back here, even though it's out in front. It's not, for him, it's not that far out front of the center of mass, so he's not falling as much. Okay, you're falling a little bit more, which causes the right leg to pick up higher in the air. But when you see him come through, look at him sprint. There, see it? Same position. See that sprint position? That's what we're looking for you, okay? We're looking to see if you can go from here to here. Let's try it.